Good morning. How's it going? Okay, so it is morning in my shop. I actually have a client coming in soon, and I put this on at home. This is Margu's Nashville, which is a heat safe wig from them. And I put it on at home, but I've been wearing it quite regularly, which is like just not my thing. So it needs to be sort of fixed up, and we can kind of have a conversation a little bit about heat safe fibers and what I do personally and all of that. So I thought I would just take you along with how I'm going to get this wig together. You can see some of the ends are a little bit weird, and yeah, this is what I'm going to do. So if you want to watch this video, then watch it. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to take it down from the clip. And you can kind of see, I've been wearing it a little bit, and you can kind of see like it does look a little funny on the ends. So I always take the path of least resistance first. So I have this parted in the middle, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the dual leave-in conditioner from Tressalure. And I'm going to concentrate it really on the ends where it does seem to be a little bit funky. And then I'm going to go through and detangle, and then we're going to see sort of where we're at. So when I detangle, I actually hold it right about here. And I start from the bottom up. And in this case, I'm twisting the wig because I'm trying to work that product through. So I'm doing a little bit more than I would if I was just detangling because I'm working some product in. And then I'll move up the style, and we'll kind of see how just using the dual leave-in conditioner helps, how much it helps. Because really, like, this part of it's fine. It's really these bottom areas. And this is kind of like what people would probably complain about the most with wigs in general, but heat safe styles. Okay, so I do feel like I need a little bit more product, especially right in here. And now that it's detangled, I am going to go ahead and switch to the Renee Paris wire wig brush. But I wanted to use this detangling comb first just to make sure. And this is a wig that's in my own personal collection. So this is sort of how I treat my own wigs. So, there's a lot of things I do to help and make sure that I preserve the fibers, but I can be a little rough on my wig sometimes. The way that they treat the wig is sort of personal, and so I didn't want you to think I was over here treating my wigs like, delicate little flowers, because I'm not, but I do try to maintain them and do the best that I can. All right, so I've worked that product through. I do feel like it's wanting to catch in the back here at the nape, which is a lot of times what happens. And so right now I'm going to say, even with this dual leave-in conditioner, I do feel like the ends are on a little bit of a struggle bus. All right, we're going to let that sit, and I'm going to do the other side, and then we're going to assess, do I need to put some heat or something on this or not? So I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. Share down in the comments, like, what are your do's and don'ts? What are your tips and tricks when it comes to working with heat safe fibers? A lot of people feel like they need more care, different care. And I think a lot of that, it depends on your experience. It also depends on, I'm gonna be honest, like how much you care about certain things. Like for me, I don't always get super jazzed up about the ends or whatever, but that's just me, and I never really have. The other thing is that I started my wig journey with beauty supply store wigs, and more often than not, beauty supply store wigs are always heat safe. So I guess I just view heat safe fibers a little bit different because I'm pretty experienced with them. So I'm actually gonna put this back, and then I'm going to re-part it again. And then we're going to see now what the ends look like on this wig. And I do think that I'm going to need to take heat right to the ends. The other parts seem fine. So I'm going to actually use this, which is the Envy Airstyler. I really like this, and especially for just fixing the ends, I find it to be pretty quick, pretty user-friendly. It comes in this like little kit. So we're going to use the middle attachment, and we're going to get the tool out. I have a bunch of videos using this, but I've really been enjoying this. And you know, when it first came out, I was like, meh. I didn't think that I would use it very much, but I do. Of the heat tools that I have, I probably use this and the Rene Paris flat iron hot tool. I use that the most. So this has like a little lock right here where you can click this in and lock it. So you just click it in and you can hear it lock. And then this is the sort of, oh, you have to put it on the heat. I'm going to go ahead and use medium heat to start with. And then I want to make sure that the cool air setting right here is off. And it does have a, like right here, you can see, you can put it on different levels. So you can kind of hear the warmth there. So I'm actually going to spray more spray on and use it with this tool. So at this point, I'm kind of trying to revive the fibers. I'm not just using the dual leave-in conditioner as like a quick, you know, fix spray. So let's start back here. I always do my wigs on me unless I'm customizing a wig for someone else. And we're going to take this section right back here. Let me move you down a hair. Get it? A hair. And I'm only concentrating on these ends that are kind of weird. Okay, so I think it's important anytime you're using heat, you are, you know, sort of changing you could be changing the style a little bit. So that's the other reason why I'm only focusing sort of on the ends of this wig and not going through the whole style, just so that I only, yeah, there we go. Look at that. I only am going to focus on the fibers that sort of need the heat, and then I'm not going to change the style too much by running through. That's also why I chose the medium heat option, and that's why I was rotating my hand as well, because it does sort of have, you know, this is without the heat, so it doesn't look that different. So I just wanted to try to make sure that I could keep it looking as similar as possible to the original style. So let's go ahead and work through and see if there's any. So I'm going to use just a little bit more on this side. I can feel it. It's mostly like this section right in here. This feels a lot better. And I'm going to go ahead and use the higher setting just on this section. This is also what's going to hit you on the back. I have this all up to the front. But it's also what's going to hit you on the back and creates a lot of friction and things. So I'm just going to turn it up for high heat. And we're going to do a little bit more on this side. And then we will start to move on the next side. If you're wondering why I'm looking, I have a huge mirror over here, so I can definitely see what I'm doing. All right, so the higher heat helped a lot on those pieces that really needed a little bit more. But I just stress to you, take your time with this. Do not rush it, especially if you don't want to ruin your wig. And start, like I said, levels of intervention. So I started by spraying this through, see what that could repair. Then we noticed that, okay, it repaired some, but really the ends needed something. I went through with this, which I love because you can actually brush through and you know, make it round and everything. But I started with the medium heat. I did not go in with the high heat at all unless I needed to. And then you see it was just these sections in the back which now feels so much better, that I then went in with the high heat. So please just don't, it's okay, be patient, but if you really want your wig to end up looking nice and keep longer, don't just go ham on stuff. Just be patient, okay? So let's finish this side, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to start with the medium heat, and I'm only going to do the ends. This side didn't seem to be as bad in general. Like, I don't feel like any of this. It's just this. And then if I need to go in with the high heat, I will. So let's do it. Let's click it back to the medium heat. Yeah, so this side really reacted quite well just to the medium heat. So I don't feel like I'm gonna need to go in with, oh yeah, it's going right. Oh, look at that. I don't feel like I need to go in with the high heat on this side. It's just, you know, it's just interesting how I did need to in the back on this side, but not on this side. So I think I've worn this wig about 5 times. So this is about my 5th time wearing this wig, doing whatever, and now I'm kind of needing to add heat to it. And this is now what she's gonna look like when I wear her today. I often wear a lot of my wigs all the way to the front as well. And that was something I've done since my beauty supply store wigs. I just found myself that it didn't get as tangled in the back. Now, you may not want to do that in the back, but that's often what I do. Or I at least wear one side forward. So just so you can kind of see what it looks like now, pulling my hands through it. I like this wig a lot. So I'm probably just gonna flick this side back, and then I'm gonna get ready for my client who's gonna be here in 10 minutes. So yeah, I hope that this was helpful, this video. If you have any tips or tricks to add, if you want me to continue doing these types of videos, it's really easy. It's kind of like back in my YouTube days when I would be getting ready for work. So I would be, you know, doing all the things that I was doing just to get ready in general. It makes it quite easy to film. So I have no problem filming videos when I get here in the morning so that you can see like what wig do I choose? Like what am I getting ready to do? I do have an appointment at 10. My store's open today for walk-ins. It is a Thursday. Thursdays tend to be sort of hit or miss for walk-ins. I tend to get a little bit more. Saturday is like my big day for walk-ins. And then I take appointments Monday through Saturday. So I actually try to schedule appointments on days that I don't have walk-in hours just because I don't have anybody else yet that works that can be like helping people if I'm in an appointment. Hopefully soon that will change. But I hope you like this video. If you do, subscribe. Please share this out. And we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers over here. So if you haven't subscribed, really, really, really appreciate it. And let's share our tips and tricks below. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye!